Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Liatris. I want to say sorry first because I've been a little bit absent, but you know, new job, new responsibilities. I have to move back with my family because I was living in a different city, and then yeah, I'm finally stable. And I have a little bit of time so that I can dedicate it to create a couple of videos that I still have pending. I still have a video pending for Justia, the Black Glutton Justia's costume and the changes for her. I want to make a dedicated video for the bonding system as well. And yeah, there are many other things that I definitely need to make videos for. But for now, guys, let's focus on Liatris. And Liatris is a pretty interesting character. The costume for her is actually pretty insane, even though, you know, it requires some setup, right? But before we start talking about the new costume for Liatris, why don't we talk about the Rodev Star costume, which is the base costume for Liatris? And you would say, why would you be talking about that? Then yeah, the reason for it is because all of you will be able to get this costume without any problem. And you don't need any dupes for this costume as well. The costume works perfectly fine without any dupes. I have been using Liatris pretty much since the start of the game, and she's always on my themes. She's always there for when I need to farm any events, like any of these events with the quick battles and all of that. I'm always using Liatris, and she's the one that clears up everything. And the whole point is that, you know, for a new player, if you're a new player and you are wondering how is this character so good, yeah, at the start what you have to do is just complete the entire story in the normal mode, right? Just regular mode for this story up until pack number 8. When you finish pack number 8, then you will be able to get Liatris from the tavern. So let's get there just so you guys can see. It's going to be pack number 8. When you finish this one, all you have to do is head to the tavern and you will be able to get the costume for Liatris for free. So she's always going to be here. So if you're a new player, make sure that you are saving one of your rainbow scrolls so that you can get Liatris. Liatris is normally going to be all the way here, I think. So you can get her there. So just make sure that you do that, right, guys? She's going to be able to assist you with clearing the entirety of all of the story packs to like hard and very hard difficulty. I have been a little bit lazy, so I have not completed these ones. So those are some, you know, some crystals that I have saved out there that I can at some point when I decide to clear, then I can get them in if I'm in a hurry, if I need to pull for a character that I really like. But yeah, so that would be all for the uses of Liatris. She's definitely a beast. She's definitely insane, and I'm only talking about the regular costume. And you for sure are going to be needing the regular costume if you want to make good use of the new costume, the Maid Name R costume. You definitely need to have the main costume as well to use this costume because it needs setup. So I'll be talking about that in a moment. So now there is other costumes as well. The Neon Stalker costume probably will see a rerun soon. And it is a very great good costume, right? It is only 3 SP and it deals massive damage. It's not a priority though, but it is a really good costume to have, and it has a great area of effect, and it's pretty decent for PvP as well. But then we have the Maid Name R costume, right? And here is when it comes to the part where you should be thinking about which costume are you going to be looking to bond with, right? Just remember, guys, you can only bond with one costume per character that has the option for this system, right? So make sure that you are bonding with the costume that you're going to be using the most, or the one that has the most potential. In this scenario, the costume with the most potential right now is going to be actually this one, the Maid R Liatris costume. So make sure that you are bonding with that one and increase these levels for this if you like Liatris a lot though, right? Because keep in mind that investing in these increases is requires you to use this, the Tears of the Goddess, and I would recommend you only use the Tears of the Goddess if you definitely like the character a lot. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure that you can go all the way up until unlocking only this to have the bigger area of the vet, and then avoid going for the SP consumption reduction or the cooldown reduction as well, right? It is very, very important that you get all of these though. So these ones are definitely very important that you get, right? But those only require you to farm the crystals, right? The fire magic crystals. So that's not a problem. But priority, definitely go for this, increase the range. Probably, I mean, this one is going to be the one that comes second, and this one I just don't see the importance for it. The costume is 5 turns cooldown, so if you lower it to by 2 turns, it's going to be 3 turns, so it's pretty good because you're going to be able to spam it, but you will need to have the three costumes to be able to do that, right? Because of the cooldown here, which is 5 turns. Right? And you need to make sure that for this costume to work properly, you need to have the costume with continuous damage, right? If the enemy is in continuous damage, you deal physical damage based off 525% of your attack. If it is not, then you only deal 375%. 375% is still a lot of damage, right? But you definitely want to go with this. Now, let's go with equipment, gear. Pretty much, guys, just go with whatever allows you to have as much increase damage as possible and as much attack as possible. In my case, this is what I'm going for. I'm using Rebellion, I'm using the Venomous Touch, I'm using the Crown of Galaxy, and I'm using this. When it comes to the helmet and chest piece, it doesn't really matter because Liatris is not intended to be a tank. She would not be able to resist any damage. If you want to use her for PvP, of course, you need to go with either 90% defense or 90% magical resistance, because that's what would allow you to survive. But even with that, since she has so very little HP, I think that you would still not be able to survive that much. So Liatris is a character that has to be protected in the back, and just bring other characters that can deal damage and that can tank right in front of her. I think that the optimal scenario would be to be something around 600 crit damage and something between 1200 attack or 1300. So I definitely have a lot of room for improvement here, but this is still very, very good. I can do some changes here. For example, I can use this, I can get a little bit more of attack, I can get a little bit more of crit rate, get a little bit more of crit damage, right? And that would definitely work. There is people that like to go with this instead, and as you can see, this is going to give me a massive increase in attack, but at the cost of a little bit of crit rate and crit damage, which is worth it, to be honest, right? So if you have the ability to get a really good God King Silver Arm, right, tier 4 with a couple of rolls on crit rate or crit damage, then you will be set, you will be good to go, because that would increase the amount of attack that you have by a lot. So I'm going to be using it actually just to show you guys how it goes, right? Oh wait, I'm losing way more crit rate than I was thinking. Why was I thinking that it was only that little? Oh, it's only 12%. Oh, it's just that 12% makes such a big difference. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we have a lot of characters that are able to crit the crit buff. And also, here is where it comes the importance of the weapon. The weapon for Liatris is actually pretty interesting. It allows you to get some crit rate. And these facilitates the way in which you are able to build the character. Being able to get some additional crit rate is definitely important. And also, Liatris have another benefit, and it is that she actually has a good amount of default crit rate, right? This one is 14%, and as you can see, I don't have any crit rate here, I don't have any crit rate here, I don't have any crit rate here. The only crit rate that I have is just the 3% that is here, right? Oh, it's not allowing me to select it. Okay, now 3% here, so 3% plus the 14% that is here, that's 70%. So she is getting 10% crit rate. Oh, what she gets is additional crit damage. I'm sorry guys. My bad. Let me see if I can find the properties for her. It is not showing exactly how much she has. I would need to remove all the gear. Alright, I'm not going to be doing that right now, guys, but she's definitely, she has the uniqueness that she'd have more crit damage than what normally comes with the characters. Now, let's see what else. So, I've been talking a lot about the character right now, so I think that it is time for me to go with the damage test. So, now, I'm sorry, before I go there, I just want to make sure to say, definitely going for the weapon in Liatris is very, very important. But if you are unlucky, if you're not able to get it, just remember that we have a weapon currently in the event shop that you can for sure get and use. And I have been told that whenever you upgrade this weapon to +9, it automatically gets SSS increases. Right, so it will give you the maximum amount of crit damage that it can give and the maximum amount of attack as well. So that's definitely really, really good. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice that the camera was so dark. I needed to open the windows a little bit more. Okay, but in any case, let's go with the damage test, guys. And so guys, now it's time for the damage test, and what I'm going to be doing is very quickly I'm coming here to Beowulf, and I'm going to be setting everything up. So what I'm going to be doing pretty much here is I'm going to be using Rubia for applying the continuous damage on the boss, and you know, killing this ad here so that they can target the boss with the maid costume as well. Just for a quick demonstration of what the basic costume for Liatris can do, here you can see it real quick, right? So I'm going to be double buffing with this, and I'm going to be using the costume. Keep in mind the boss has 74,000 HP, and for this costume, as you can see here, it actually doesn't deal a lot of damage. This one, right? It's only 30% of your attack, but it attacks 5 times, right? So let's see here real quick. And the boss is dead. Alright, so that's a quick demonstration of the damage that you can deal with the main costume, and there is also here a quick demonstration for the fire execution here, which is the Neon Stalker costume. Let's do a quick demonstration for this one as well, so you guys can see the potential of the character. Again, you will say, yeah, but you are using Diana and you're using Liatris. Yes, guys, and I'm also attacking an enemy that is weak to wind. And the whole point is that you definitely are going to be using these characters whenever you have an advantage, right? So that's the whole reason why I'm going like this. So let's see how much damage I'm able to deal with this. And he's also dead. So there you can see, guys, at least 74,000 damage is what you can deal with the other costumes for Liatris. And let me just position everyone. So pretty much what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be attacking with Rubia, and I'm only going to be attacking with Rubia because if I buff, I would end up killing everyone with basic attacks. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be knocking this one back so that it is positioned for me to be able to attack with Liatris. Of course, I'm going to be buffing now Arenes, Diana, and then I'm going to be using the maid attack. Remember, the enemy has to be on continuous damage, burn in this case, right? So that it then is I'm able then to deal more damage with the attack. So let's go ahead and test this out and see how much damage I'm able to deal. That was 300,000. So there you go, guys. 300,000 and a half, I think. 300,000 damage, guys. 350,000 damage at least that I was able to see real quick there because it was on +2. So yeah, this is the damage test, guys, and this is the general utility for the costume. If you're able to get the costume to be bonded, then you would have a higher area of effect that is going to be perfectly matched with the burn or the continuous damage that you're able to apply with the basic costume, because buff costumes would have the same area of effect. So yeah, character is great, the character is insane. My recommendations are there. I hope I was able to assist you with something, guys, that if you are still doubting if you should go with this character, that this video can help you a little bit. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and see you in the next one. Peace.